There are things in life you can't control. You can't control death, taxes, or flat tires. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, save the world from the zombie apocalypse? Or solve the next episode of Law and Order SVU? Like, what kind of triumphant thing are you trying to put in my path that now I'm like freaking out about? Like, I had to deal with this, and something else bad is gonna happen? Like, literally, like, that's how I was feeling. But of course I go and try it on. I'm like, oh, like, this accentuates like the good parts of me, but not the bad parts of me, if you know what I mean. Hello. I'm just gonna disclaim everything about this video is weird. From the fact that there's this strange polar bear just staring at me in the back corner of this room, or the fact that I'm even standing in this room to begin with and not somewhere in Tokyo. I'm house sitting for a friend of mine who is in Tokyo, and clearly because I'm such a great house sitter, he forgot to invite me, because who really needs to go and see Japan? I mean, no one really needs to go and, you know, see cherry blossom trees and drink green tea with geishas? No, I mean, I don't. You know, it's also weird because I'm wearing this lovely frock. I call it my Cam Glam shirt. I was in Express the other day, and you know, the lady, like, she just like rushed up to me and she was like, "You look so good in this." And I have this problem when I'm shopping, where when people come up to me, I'm like, "Oh, sure," and like, I take my money. I don't say no. So, but of course I go and try it on. I'm like, oh, like, this accentuates like the good parts of me, but not the bad parts of me, if you know what I mean, which the parts I'm working on. Then what was also weird was, you know, I had to drop my car off at the car dealership today, and I had this really interesting conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about how life throws you curveballs, right? Like, we've all been there. And it was funny, I was joking around and I said to my friend, I was like, my life's like a telenovela. It's literally like crazy and dramatic, and just when you think everything's gonna be okay, you run over a huge bolt and you have to replace your run flat tire for the cost of $472.63, and you were really hoping not to spend that type of money today. But that's life, right? And there are things you just can't control. I'm a spiritualist at heart. I mean, I really am. I believe you can manifest your reality, but I'm also a realist. Like, there are things in life you can't control. You can't control death, taxes, or flat tires, but you certainly can control like how you feel about those situations and how you react to them, right? I've been kind of frustrated with some people because, you know, people would be like, "Oh, talk to me, like, if you ever need anything." And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take you up on that, and I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna be this book, because I never do that. And then there were times where people were kind of like trying to minimize how I feel, and I don't think it was intentionally. Like, I lovingly call some of those people my well-meaning morons, because they have the best intentions in the world, but they don't know what they're talking about. But like, they would even use cliches on me, like, "What doesn't kill you will make you stronger," or my favorite, which is, "God wouldn't put it in front of you if you can handle it. It's just prepping you for something else, like, in your life." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, God, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, save the world from the zombie apocalypse? Or solve the next episode of Law and Order SVU? Like, what kind of triumphant thing are you trying to put in my path that now I'm like freaking out about? Like, I had to deal with this, and something else bad is gonna happen? Like, literally, like, that's how I was feeling. And it all kind of shifted for me, like, completely randomly today. I've been meditating a little bit more than usual, but it's definitely something in the past couple months where I felt a lot more centered and a lot more in tune with just like my heart and how I've been feeling. But someone I know wrote about how, again, like, life was throwing them some curveballs, and it was in that moment I felt just really compelled to share with them like the realization like I had in that moment about life and those curveballs. And it's almost like a life principle. And I realized God doesn't hate me. I'm not gonna go and save the world from the zombie apocalypse. And Mariska Hargitay is gonna solve all the episodes of Law and Order SVU. I mean, she has already for the past 21 years or something crazy like that. So, I mean, clearly my life's gonna be fine. And I realized it was all like the perspective of it. And I realized too that in that moment, my job was to help my friend see that the experiences she was going through were experiences that were helping her shape who she was, obviously, but also giving her like wisdom that, you know, she could turn around and help other people. And on top of me expressing that to her, you know, an acquaintance on Facebook also posted that they lost a loved one. And normally, you know, I'd be polite and I'd reach out and just say, I'm sorry for your loss. But this time I felt compelled to like private message this person. And I just said, hey, like, you know, I've been through all these things. Like, you know, if you need to talk to somebody, like I'm going through it myself. It's been kind of crazy. And, you know, I'm happy to be here if you need someone to talk to. And we ended up having this really lovely dialogue. But my friend came back to me and said, thank you. Like, I feel like none of my other friends, like this friend was young, okay? So a lot of their peers like had not dealt with the death before. They didn't feel like their family really supported them. And so it was crazy because they came back and said, thank you for reaching out, because it actually made me feel like I wasn't alone. And I was like, wow. So I wanted to share this video because, again, life happens. It's all how you deal with it and the perspective that you have. But your telenovela stuff, it happens not because you're a bad person or God hates you or the zombie apocalypse is happening. It's to give you perspective to be able to help someone else out if you choose. So anyway, I know a lot of my videos, they're very real estate focused, and sometimes I do these things I call side notes. And the side notes I feel are really important because while you're learning about me through my videos, I feel like in these videos, I'm kind of like the most authentic because I'm kind of just speaking off the cuff. And I think it's important for you guys to get to know me in that capacity. And lately I've just been doing whatever I've been compelled to do. Like that's in here. So I hope this, if you're going through a tough time, like this made you feel better or look at it a little bit differently, or even if you're not, maybe it just helps you realize you have the power to shift your perspective no matter what's going on in your life. So anyway, I have to go pick up my car with its new $400 tire. So I hope you guys all have a really fantastic day and a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.